I saw on the surveillance that my pet dog was stolen by the neighbor, but when I hurried over to the neighbor house, the neighbor actually threw me a bone. I watched the dog meat boiling in an iron pot. My gaze suddenly became fierce. At this time, the reckless neighbor did not yet know that his death was already on a countdown. Because I am not only mentally ill, I am also the most terrifying patient in the psychiatric hospital. My temperament is extremely violent. During the 3 years of hospitalization, I do not know how many patients I injured. Even large adult men were beaten by me until they could not take care of themselves. The director tried many treatment methods, but all were ineffective on me. Until the arrival of a therapy dog, it suddenly made me calm. A few months later, with the help of the therapy dog, I was successfully discharged. When I left, the director breathed a long sigh. He said I was the craziest patient he had ever seen. He hoped I would never return in this lifetime. The nurse said with that therapy dog around there should be no problem. Nobody would dare touch my dog, right? The first thing I did after discharge was to buy an apartment at a low price. The landlord was happy, but was also worried, because the neighbor across the way was very troublesome. Sure enough, the next moment, I received a notice from the neighbor across in the property group chat, saying because his wife is pregnant, he forbids others from cooking, and even forbids keeping pets. I did not take this notice seriously when I saw it. Suddenly, I heard a noise outside the door. When I opened the door, I found trash thrown at the doorway. It was obvious it was put there by the neighbor across, so I knocked on the neighbor across the way door. When the door opened, I asked carefully, but the old woman flatly refused to admit it. She even said I was deliberately framing her. After saying that, she cursed and slammed the door shut. I thought the matter was over, but unexpectedly, after I threw the trash downstairs, when I returned, I found another pile of trash at the door to find out who did it. I secretly installed a surveillance camera at the doorway. Indeed, that day, I clearly saw in the footage that it was the old woman across. So I ran outside immediately and happened to see her grandson urinating at his own doorway. As a result, the old woman did not remove it and said this is a public area. You can throw it anywhere you like. I knew it was useless to argue with the old woman, so I called the property management to complain. But the property had already experienced the old woman toughness. They even suggested I might as well throw my trash away too, saying we are neighbors and there is no need to ruin harmony. After I hung up the phone, looking at the trash at the door, my face suddenly changed color. I could feel I was about to have an episode. At that moment, the therapy dog in the house suddenly ran over. Looking at the gentle and cute dog, my emotions slowly calmed down. In order to live like a normal person, I chose to continue to endure, but I never expected. While watching TV at night, the neighbor suddenly went mad and started banging on the door. As soon as I opened the door, the neighbor loudly accused me of why I was watching TV now, and yelled a string of abuses at me. I was too lazy to argue with this family, so I angrily closed the door. But the neighbors, in revenge, deliberately pounded on the wall. Under the attack of the neighbor noise, I was already close to having an episode. I do not understand why it is so hard to be a normal person today. Just when I was about to go on a killing spree, the therapy dog appeared again and saved the family across. The next noon, I suddenly wanted to eat something spicy, so I ordered very spicy takeout. After delivery, the takeout disappeared. Checking the footage, I found it was stolen by the neighbor child, so I knocked on the neighbor door, although there was evidence that the child stole the takeout. The old woman said it is just one takeout, so what if it was eaten? The boy mother was even more unreasonable. Not only did she scold me for installing the camera without her permission, she even snatched the phone and deleted the video of her son stealing the takeout. Now that the evidence was gone, they refused to admit it. This strange neighbor family made me so angry I was about to have an episode. The timely appearance of the therapy dog pulled me out of the abyss again. The neighbor boy was now gobbling the takeout, but moments later, because the food was too spicy, he rolled on the ground in pain. That unreasonable family again blamed me. They furiously pounded on my door demanding I come out, claiming the boy only tasted my takeout, and ended up being hospitalized. They relentlessly demanded that I take responsibility, demanding compensation for medical expenses. I was not afraid at all. I prepared to let the police solve it all. Once they heard me say I would call the police, the neighbor family started to back down. But before leaving, they left a cruel warning telling me to wait. I touched the therapy dog and began to calm the rage in my heart. Luckily, the therapy dog was by my side. Otherwise, I would have had an episode long ago. The next day, still not fully awake, the neighbor boy was already bouncing a ball in the corridor. I woke up to find the therapy dog not in the room, and the door was somehow half open. So I rushed into the neighbor house with the surveillance video to look for the dog.